YouTubers, Mr. James from Charm City Karate here. This is our TUF Season 19 Edgar versus Penn review and recap. It was episode 4. So last night, episode starts off, you've got that Spone guy talking about how the way he fought was strategy. It was intentional. His lame fight was about him avoiding injury, so that he could continue on into the final rounds. It was a boring fight. Dana hated it. Which means you'd better win the show, because if you don't, you ain't getting a contract. You had two of the best strikers coming into the house anyway, and then your fight sucked. So, better hope you win. It also means that if I had to fight you next, I knew you were going to hold back like that, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to finish you early because I know you're going to hold back. Wah, wah. And it kind of makes you sound like a punk. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. The fight. We had Lima versus Williams. I expected more from this fight too. I guess part of it is when you see the guys fight to get into the house, you expect to see fights that resemble the get into the house fight when they're fighting in the house. There's a certain desperation fighting to get into the house that they don't possess once they're in the house, I suppose. Although really, you should have the same desperation because you want a 6-figure contract. I don't know how much money you guys make. I didn't make $100,000 last year, which is a bottom 6 figures. I'd be fighting hard to get $100,000 in my pocket. Just saying. So, normal training scenes and stuff leading up to the fight. First round starts off. Williams starts with some strikes. You kind of expected him to be the better striker, Lima to be more of the grappler. And in the very beginning, I guess it looked that way. But once Lima started striking back, Williams really seemed to lose his confidence in the striking ability. And I'm not sure why. I guess maybe Lima is a real hard hitter. Or maybe Williams just didn't expect Lima to hit back. I don't know. Whenever I get into a fight, I always expect the other guy to hit back. It's just me maybe. Yeah. So Williams really looked uncertain, kind of tentative about it after he got hit a few times. Like he didn't expect Lima to hit. Or maybe he just didn't expect Lima to hit as hard as he did. Like Forrest Griffin says, once you get hit, all your plans kind of go out the window. And then, BJ Penn seems to be a really good corner. You can hear him very relaxed, very measured tones, talking to Williams. Okay, so when you're ready, shoot in and take him down. When you're ready, take him down. And usually that kind of cornering works a lot better for guys than the kind of urgent cornering you seem to get from Lima's guys. And again, just like we've seen in the past 3 episodes, well, 2 episodes in the house, I suppose, Edgar's guys don't seem to respond to their corner. I don't know if he's just stuck with a bunch of guys who don't hear, or they don't know what he's talking about, or they don't respond to the more urgent voices in his corner. But he's over there giving them good advice, and they're not listening. So Williams scores a nice takedown, puts Lima up against the cage, gets him down on the ground, and he's working to get Lima's back. He's pretty much there. Edgar's telling him, put your back against the cage, put your back against the cage. Telling him to put his back against the ground, a little more urgently than I'm telling you. But he's telling him good advice, and Lima's just not doing it. Honestly, I think if Williams had a really good ground game, Lima would have been done. He just was not up to the task. I suppose that shows you the superiority of Lima's ground game, I guess, or just the weakness of Williams' ground game. He didn't seem prepared to finish on the ground, which he should have been, I think. So, as far as coaches go, I think Penn has a much better corner. Generally speaking, I think they have a better game plan going into the fights, and I think they're better once they're in the fights. That's just me, I suppose. Oh yeah, it's my video, so that's what you're here to listen to. Second round starts. Lima's fired up now. He does not want to spend another round on the ground getting punched in the head like he was, or having some dude ride his back, which is good. This round starts off, Lima dominates the stand-up. He's pushing Williams around with the strikes. Not really the way anybody expected it to go, I don't think, except maybe Lima. He seemed pretty happy with it. And Williams can't seem to get a good takedown anymore. I don't know if he was exhausted, which seems to be what BJ Penn thought after the fight, or Lima was just ready for the takedowns. But he does not seem to be able to get a good grapple going. He doesn't seem to be able to get a good press against the fence, good takedown. None of that's really working out for him. Right at the end of the round, he gets one of those really sloppy attempts at a takedown, blows it. Lima gets his back, shoots in a rear naked choke. Williams had his chin all the way up in the air. I don't know what he was thinking, dude. You know, here's the thing. A lot of times people, their brain shuts off when they're doing a takedown or getting taken down, and they assume that the fight's not going on during the transition from standing to the ground. It's like, okay, I'm fighting, I'm punching and kicking. Oh, we're going to the ground. Well, when we get to the ground, we'll grapple. So they're not doing anything in between the standing, punching, and kicking phase and the on-the-ground grappling phase. During that transition, you still got to be fighting, man. You know? So get your chin down, get ready for the impact, try to land in an advantageous position. And if you can throw a few shots into the guy while you're falling, do it, man. Yeah, look up judo and makikomi. So, anyway, so there you go. Lima gets a finish bonus, and he gets a win. Switches control of the fights over to Edgar's team. Yay, they're very happy. We don't have to listen to that Bona Nue crap from BJ Penn's team anymore. Next up is light heavyweights. You got Corey Anderson versus Josh Clark. Anderson is Edgar's first selection, I believe, in the light heavyweights. And Josh Clark, I think, was Penn's second. So, should be a good fight, but who knows? Seems to be a lot of coach strategy going on, and the guy with the better strategy seems to be winning. So, that's it for this week in our TUF Season 19 recap and review from Charm City Karate. That was episode 4. See you guys next week. Oh, I'm going to be in Disney World, so the video might be up a little late. Sorry about that. You know, got to take care of the fam. You guys have a great time. See you next week. I'm Mr. James, signing out.